Hi, this is Anil with a video tutorial for the Learning Lad on C programming. So in this video tutorial, we're gonna see different ways of creating the structure variables, then how we can assign the values to them, and then in the end we're gonna see how we can copy the values of one structure variable to another structure variable. So we begin with the structure definition. If you haven't watched my other video tutorial about the structure, I recommend you to go and watch that video and then continue with this one. So here we're gonna define the structure, let's say student. So for that purpose we have to write the keyword struct, then the structure name, let's say student in this case, then a pair of curly braces and a semicolon. So within these curly braces we have to write the elements or the members of the structure student. So for the demonstration purpose we're gonna create three members. Let's take char name and let's define the size 15. Then we're gonna write int roll number, then int age. So now we have a structure student. So now we have to create the variables of this structure student and assign the values to them. We have to use a keyword struct, then the structure name, this is student in this case, then the variable name, let's say Anil, and then a curly brace. Then we have to enter the values for the elements. First we have name, that's gonna be Anil, add a comma, then my roll number, let's say 1 2 3 4, add a comma, then my age, let's say 23. So no semicolon or comma here, make a note of that. Then if you want another structure variable, we have to write struct student, let's say Ajay, and we're gonna assign it with the values Ajay, then roll number 2345, comma, then age, let's say 15. So if you want another variable, again struct the structure name, that is student, then the variable name Akshay, then a pair of curly braces, and inside that we have to assign the values. So let's say Akshay, then a comma, then we're gonna write the roll number 3456, then the age, let's say 14. So this is it. This is how you can create the variables and assign values to them directly. To retrieve the values from this structure variables, then you have to use the dot operator. So I'm going to use printf, then %s for retrieving the name. We have to refer the structure element along with the structure variable name. So let's say if you want the name of this structure variable Akshay, then you have to write Akshay dot name. So that's it. Save it, compile it and run it. So as you can see, you got Akshay. So if you want the name of this structure variable Ajay, then you have to make it Ajay here, save, compile and run. So you got it. So the next thing is, if you want to create the structure variables when you define the structure, you can do that. For that you have to write the structure variable names here. For example, let's say Anil, comma, Ajay, comma, Akshay. So now we have three structure variables, Anil, Ajay and Akshay. Another way is you have to write the struct keyword, the structure name, then the variable list, let's say Nikhil and Shashank, etc. So now we have created 5 structure variables, Anil, Ajay, Akshay, Nikhil and Shashank. And the next thing I want to teach you is about assigning values to this structure. So I'm going to assign this Nikhil with a value of 0. So and here we have to create another structure variable. Let me copy and paste it here. So now when we assign a structure variable with a value of 0, then all the elements within that structure variable will be assigned to their default values. So here the name element of this Nikhil variable is gonna contain a null value, I mean nothing. That's because for a string the default value is nothing. So for the roll number and age, and they are of type integer, that's why the default value is gonna be 0. So let me show you that. I'm gonna use printf statement, and first I'm gonna write %s, then Nikhil dot name, save, compile and run it. As you can see, we got nothing here, and let me change it to %d and Nikhil dot age and run it. So as you can see, we got 0, and let me change it to Nikhil dot roll number. So as you can see, a 0 again. So this is how you can initialize all the elements of the structure to their default values by assigning them with a value of 0. So the last thing I want to explain you is about copying the elements of a structure variable to another structure variable. So here I'm gonna define this Nikhil structure variable. Let me write the name of Nikhil, and his roll number is gonna be 6543, and his age is gonna be, let's say, 14. So now if you want to copy the elements of this Nikhil structure variable to this Shashank structure variable, then what you can do is you can use the assignment operator, Shashank equal to Nikhil. So save it. Okay, the next thing we want to do is we just want to print the name of both Shashank and Nikhil. So I'm going to use this printf statement, and I'm going to write %s, and again a new line and a %s, and first we're going to refer Nikhil dot name, then Shashank dot name. So I'm going to save it, compile it and run it. Okay, as you can see here, we got Nikhil. That's because the name element of this structure variable Nikhil is copied to the name element of the structure variable Shashank. So the name element of the Shashank structure variable also contains the value Nikhil. So this is so simple. And if you want the age, change it here. It's gonna be %d and %d, and I'm gonna make it age, save, compile and run it. As you can see here, all the values, all the elements of one structure variable is copied into another structure variable. So if you want to assign the values element by element, you can do that, but make a note that when you are copying or assigning the string values, you have to copy that. You can't use the assignment operator. For example, I'm gonna delete these things, and for example, if you want to copy the name element of this Nikhil structure variable to the name element of this Shashank structure variable, then you can't write Shashank dot name equal to Nikhil dot name. So this is gonna result in error. Let me save and compile. So as you can see here, we got an error. If you want to copy this, then you have to use strcpy or string copy function. So I'm gonna delete it, and I'm gonna write strcpy, that is string copy function. And first we have to specify the target. It's gonna be Shashank dot name comma Nikhil, that's the source, dot name. So save it, and I'm gonna use put as function, put as, and Shashank dot name. Save, compile and run it. As you can see here, now the string value is copied. For integer and float elements, you can use the assignment operator. So this is it. This is about some more information about the structures. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next tutorial.